Welcome everybody to Off the Cuff Healthy Cooking with Craig Mitchell. Now today I'm going to give you a hint as to what I'm doing. I am. Just a word. Oscar.
Welcome to the Oscars. Now, here's your host for the evening.
Thank you. No, thank you. And welcome to the Oscars. It's so great to see so many familiar faces. There she is. The Queen of Hollywood, Meryl Streep. Yes, she's here for her 97th nomination. Let's hope you win tonight. Who else is here? Oh, my favorite. Yes, the girl from Lady Bird, ladies and gentlemen. Love you. Yes. And of course, what Oscars would be complete without welcoming Mr. Kevin Hart. Awkward. Not that kind of Oscar. I'm talking about this kind of Oscar.
Oh, I'd love to be an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to
Yep.
be.
I'm doing an all-American favorite today, hot dogs, with my usual twist. Now, you've all been to cocktail parties or New Year's, or you've bought the frozen ones in the store. Don't you love those pigs in a blanket? Oh, yeah. Well, today, I'm going to give you my healthy spin on a giant pig in a blanket. That's not really funny. Yes, pigs in a blanket like that. Only bigger. Bigger and low carb. This is my own recipe. It's going to look intimidating, but it's super easy to make. A giant, as I call it, a giant low carb pig in a blanket. And we're going to use the air fryer. You can use the oven. I'll give you instructions for both, but you know me, I'm air fryer crazy. So here we go. Giant pigs in a blanket. Here are the ingredients for my giant low carb pig in a blanket. First of all, you need the pigs, or the hot dogs. I'm using boar's head in natural casing. These are my absolute favorite. They're a little high end, but I love them. You can use whatever you want. You can use any brand, you can use any type. Turkey, chicken, even tofu. Yeah. 1/2 cup of flour. I'm using the Carb Quick low carb flour substitute. This works out just fine. At least 1/2 cup to a cup of really hot water to mix in with the Carb Quick or your flour. 2 eggs, 1 for inside, 1 for egg white on the outside. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and if you want, which I do, some poppy seeds for garnish on the outside. These are the ingredients for my low-carb giant pigs in a blanket. Just so you know, I mentioned tofu. It's absolutely true. As a matter of fact, a lot of people prefer tofu dogs. Now, if you're a superhero fan, like I am, maybe you remember this scene from Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire's a vegetarian. In order to get that shot, he used a tofu dog. There's a little trivia. It is absolutely useless. Okay, so here we go. Now listen. I'm an amateur cook, I really am. But the thing is, a lot of people kind of shy away from baking. But you know what? This is technically baking, but it's really easy. Watch, relax. It's gonna be fine. We start off by combining our ingredients. We take the Carb Quick or flour, whatever you choose. I like the Carb Quick because this is gonna make it very low calorie. Then what we do is we take the this is really hot water. Put it in. Oh wait, I'm sorry, wait. First, put in your baking powder and your salt. Now we put in the really hot water a little bit at a time and we stir. And that's good. I'm going to stir this up. You can eye this and you may have to add a little bit more flour, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to add a tad more flour, a little more, and then a little bit more water. Because remember, we're going to be putting an egg in here. Well, you might not remember it, but we do it. I have already pre-beaten an egg. Product placement. Yowza. Here we go. Just pour it in there and stir it on in. If it's too liquidy, add more flour. It's okay. As you can see, this is getting liquidy real fast, but it takes time to absorb. Okay, when it gets to this state, it's almost totally stuck together. Now we're going to roll it and we're going to knead it. Take some of your flour, sprinkle it on your surface, and take your dough combination like that. Combination, concoction, whatever you want to call it. And now we get our hands dirty. This needs more, you can tell it's not, yeah, you can do a little bit more. And you roll it around and you knead it up like that. There we go. And I'm making 2 dogs here, so this is enough for 2. We're actually going to cut this in half when I'm done assembling this. I'm using one hand because I don't want to block it. But you can use 2, doesn't matter. Like I said, you don't want to be too rough with it. It will break apart at this point. But if you're careful and if you're diligent, that's what's going to happen. So now I'm going to make it into a ball. So when you feel it sturdy enough, and it certainly feels sturdy, you cut it in half. Easier. I was going to say easier said than done, but I think it was easier done than said, actually. And now we're going to flatten one of these out. We're going to use both of them. But we're going to flatten it so we can actually roll the hot dog in them. And you need to work it a little bit. If you need more water, that's fine. If you need more flour, that's fine. I don't think, yeah, this is fine. You want to make sure there's plenty here so it doesn't stick. Like I said, it's very fragile at this point. And this is about, I don't know, 3.5 inches in diameter. That's fine for a full hot dog. Now, we're not going to pre-cook the hot dogs, but when you roll it in the dough, they need to be a little bit warm so the dough will adhere to it. So what I do is I take the hot dogs, as this, throw them in there for 30 seconds. That's all you're going to need. Then get warm, and then you roll it immediately. So it is out of the microwave. Now we place it here, and we roll. Be very gentle. And once it's rolled, now you can play around with it a little bit. Kind of mold it into the hot dog. Okay, and there we have one of the pigs in the blankets done, and now I'm going to roll the second one. We want them to be nice and golden brown, so we take the egg white, which I told you we're going to use, and we're going to nice and easy spread it over the hot dogs or the pigs in the blanket. You don't have to do too much, just enough to coat it, because what I'm going to do, personally, is I'm going to put some poppy seeds on here, aesthetically and for taste. Alright, now we're going to prepare the air fryer. I think that's enough poppy seeds. Now usually I would just say spray the air fryer basket, but this needs a little bit more tender loving care. So what I'm going to do is use some parchment paper to line the air fryer basket. We take the parchment paper, I'm going to cut it a little bit like that and put it in the basket. Well, like that, we don't have to spray it or nothing. We're going to gently put the hot dogs in here, and then we're ready to go. They're in, and now it's ready to go into the air fryer. Don't worry about the parchment paper, it's not going to catch on fire. And now, we put them in the air fryer at 380 degrees for 6 minutes. Then we're going to turn them and do 2 more minutes. And then we shall have giant, low-carb pigs in a blanket. And now, boys and girls, it's time for Attack of the Giant Low-Carb Pigs in a Blanket. No, they look great. And the finished delectable. Yeah, I'm not going to call this a product. This is awesome. The operation is a success, Master. Don't know why I'm on this horror kick, I guess because of Attack. Anyway, there you go. Low-carb giant pigs in a blanket. My own concoction. It really is. I've been thinking about making this for years. And, well, I actually did make it for my mom once. I went down to the store and got those pre-made, you know, biscuit rolls, crescents. And I rolled it up and I cooked in the oven. And it was fine. But this was easy. Very easy. And the fact that it's only got 6 carbs in one of these. 6 carbs. And I gotta tell you, it tastes great. I'm gonna taste one right now. But also, I did play around with the idea of putting mustard on it and then wrapping it, or putting sauerkraut in there. I was afraid it was gonna make the dough too wet and it wouldn't come out. Oh. It's so good. Get some mustard, you can dip it, or you can put it on the outside of it. It's a treat. And when it's 365 calories, I can't call it guilt-free, but it's darn close. That's it for this time. Tune in again, or look for me in 2 weeks from the day this debuts, with another recipe. Who knows? It may be just as devilish. I don't know.